Arsenal's excellent start to the season continues. They are leading the Premier League table by a point. They have scored in all 7 of their league games. Things really are going well for them right now. Here's a look at the Premier League standings. Arsenal sitting pretty at the top. Arteta said we are a different team to that team last year that lost on the opening day to Brentford. Let's welcome in Frank Leboeuf and Shaka Hislop. Good to have you guys with us here. And let's talk more about this one. Frank, I'll start with you. Brentford boss Thomas Frank said after this game that Arsenal are title contenders. Would you agree with that?
We have to agree with that. I mean, after 7 games, and I always thought about what Stevie said and his comment, always saying that Arsenal will suffer at some point against big teams. But so far, so good for them, and especially because I think they matured after the comparing to last season, and they've grown up like big time. Where I can see, and we can compare with the last game last season against the Bears, where for 90 minutes I found them so superior to that team, so much in control of the game, knowing exactly what to do, being efficient at front, being strong at the back, working hard in the middle of the park. I mean, everything was there to show us that Arsenal can compete. And I don't know if they can win the title because, when I see Manchester City, and I won't talk about Liverpool and other teams, but when I see Manchester City, they seem to be stronger than anybody else. But Arsenal is there now, and let's see how it works until when it's going to work like that. But if they keep on working like that, being very focused on what they have to do, they can surprise many people, many teams. And let's see what's going to happen with Manchester City when they confront them.
Are they title challenges for you, Shaka?
I think they can certainly keep the pressure on Manchester City. I agree with Frank. I think City still the best team in the league, and right now that's without question. And it's all about the chasing pack, and Arsenal are definitely in that chasing pack. I think they've shown a lot of that maturity, that growth that Frank is talking about in this game against Brentford, where they were by far away the better of the two. But then I think everybody wanted to see how Arsenal would respond to losing against Manchester United. And the response was absolutely fantastic. You can make the argument that Brentford weren't anywhere near as good as they usually are. You may have a point there, but Arsenal, I thought, played their part in that. You can also make the argument that Arsenal really haven't faced any true tests outside of Manchester United, which they lost. Outside of that, you look at Brentford, you look at Palace as the 2 other meaningful opponents that they played against. And I think they passed both of those with flying colours, albeit in different ways. I thought they were very good against Brentford and ran away with it. I thought they were under pressure at times against Palace, but ground out a result. So they have the makings of a team that can chase down the best in the league. Will they get the better of the best in the league? I'm not convinced just yet.
Did Shaq answer the question? Are they contenders or not?
They are very much in the chasing pack, is the summation of all of that.
Frank, I want to talk to you about Saliba. He was outstanding today.
Oh, boy.
Who's that?
Saliba.
Oh, Saliba, yes. Saliba, I mean, Saliba has been playing for Arsenal, supposedly, for many years, where he had a contract. But I saw a big change last year when he played for Marseille and he was on loan, where that guy became a grown-up, very much a grown-up, and being a leader of the Marseille defense. It's why Marseille tried to keep him. But that was clever for Arteta to call him back because since the beginning of the season, the guy has settled down very well, working hard defensively, but also scoring goals, 2 goals so far, and being a real threat when it comes to the 16-yard box of the opponent for corner kicks. So he's with the national team. Didier Deschamps called him. Is absolutely the future of France, that's for sure. And I'm pretty certain that he's going to be the future of Arsenal.
Would you bet against Arsenal as a title contender right now?
Yes, I would bet against Arsenal as a title contender. Unlike Shaka Hislop, I am going to take a position here. I'm telling you that unless we get to somewhere in January and February and they're still around in that sort of conversation or somewhere around Manchester City, we're not talking about a title contender just yet. We are 7 matches in. 7 matches in. And I love what Arsenal are doing so far. And yes, they have shown improvement. And Gabriel Jesus is scoring goals. So it's an exciting time for Arsenal fans. Yes, celebrate that. But title contenders, all right, people, relax. Relax. I don't even think that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta would want to have that conversation right now either. It's just leave us alone. Let us play our games here. Don't mind us. We'll do our business. And then we'll have that conversation later on in the season. Not right now.
Go on, Shaka.
Let me ask, when we say title contenders, what are we seeing? Are we seeing that Arsenal are going to get the better of Manchester City? I don't think so. I think when we talk about title contenders, you're talking about that 2, maybe even a push, 3 clubs that will at least have Manchester City looking over their shoulders slightly. And I think, yes, I think Arsenal are in that 2 or 3 clubs in the conversation. Right now, I think they will be come January. I don't think they get the better of City, but of all those clubs that you have to look over your shoulder at, I think Arsenal are in that pack.
Again, was there an answer there from Shaka? Are they or are they not title contenders?
Can you give Shaka a break?
No, I'm not giving Shaka a break. He doesn't deserve a break.
What's a title contender? When we say a title contender, are we saying that Arsenal are going to beat Manchester City?
Can they challenge them for the title?
You're suggesting?
Can they push them for the title? Can they push them for the title, right?
Yes,
go all the
I
way.
think yes.
Be mathematically in it.
I think there'll be 2 or 3 clubs, as always.
Go on, Frank.
Shaka, a title contender is supposedly a team who can win the title. That's
yes,
what it is.
Yes.
So do you
Thank you,
think
Frank. Thank
Arsenal can win the title? You're welcome.
Well, like I said, I think there's only one team that's going to win this title. So therefore, nobody else is a title contender. And let's just talk about who finishes second.
That is 2 Franks, though, I must say. They're firm in the fact that Arsenal are title contenders. Thomas Frank and Frank LeBon.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.